years, I've been told that My Life as a Teenage Robot merch would never happen. It's unprofitable. It's forgotten. Who would even want that? A lot has changed in the past decade of this community, and merch has become one of the biggest talking points. From the pins from Zen Monkey Studios to appearances in hit games, Jenny is staging a comeback, and the world is starting to notice. Last year, we were hit with a bombshell announcement of the world's first Jenny figure. It was a crossover with Hatsune Miku from U2's, and it sold incredibly well. Well enough for U2's to start planning more Teenage Robot merchandise. After they saw how successful their pre-orders were, they actually asked me for suggestions for other My Life as a Teenage Robot ideas. I mentioned that there had never been a My Life as a Teenage Robot plush or a standalone figure for Jenny. As a complete shot in the dark, I also mentioned that a Hot Rod Jenny figure would be cool. Honestly, based on the success of Jenny Miku, I was expecting a Jenny figure. What I wasn't expecting was every single one of my ideas to come into fruition. But here we are today, April 10th, 2024. We finally got our first look at the combo pack of Jenny and Hot Rod Jenny figures. In 10 days, pre-orders open. We've also known that they've been developing a Jenny plush. We still don't have a release date determined for that, but we've got our first look at that too. Like with Jenny Miku, I've been promised review units for the figures and the plush. At this time, I'm not sure if I'm getting a prototype or a final version for the plush, and I've gotten confirmation that I'll be getting the figure around when you guys get yours. So while I don't have merch to show off yet, I'd like to talk about the significance of this, and why you should get it if you can. Obviously, as a longtime fan of My Life as a Teenage Robot, I want to support the chances that companies like U2's take on us. I know we have 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, but that's hardly a drop in the bucket compared to the following of something like SpongeBob or Avatar. We're not at that level, so we can't rely on the popularity of My Life as a Teenage Robot to guarantee us more merchandise. As far as we know, this could be our only chance to own an official Jenny figure or a Jenny plush. On top of that, it's entirely possible that if these figures don't sell well, U2's could chalk up the success of the Jenny Miku figures to the popularity of Miku instead of the insatiable desire for My Life as a Teenage Robot merch from our community. I'm confident that these figures will sell well, but in the event of these figures selling poorly, maybe we'll never see the Jenny plush. It's not likely at all, but it's something to consider. I've been in pretty frequent contact with U2's, asking general questions like the expected release date of the Jenny plush, and when I asked about the figures today, they mentioned that they don't currently have plans for further My Life as a Teenage Robot merch, but they implied that they're going to gauge interest based on the success of the figures and plush. Speaking for myself, I'd love to see what they're willing to do. I personally doubt they'll release merch of other characters, but maybe we'll get more poses of Jenny for future figures, or plushes. It's hard to tell how far they could go with the My Life as a Teenage Robot brand. Then you should consider how the majority of U2's stock is limited edition. Eventually they'll stop selling these figures, and you could have missed out on the first Jenny figures and the first Jenny plush. I'm not a fan of the fear of missing out business structure, but it's not like they have limited stock. They're going to keep on printing them based on demand. It's not like when Zen Monkey Studios put out limited edition pins while only printing 500. And I just need to say that I deeply respect U2's as a company. From my perspective, they've been incredibly supportive, directly answering questions, and even asking the community which pose the figures should have on Twitter. I understand why some might be hesitant to buy the figures at their price point. If you want the standard Jenny figure, it's $30, and if you want both, it's $55. You can't buy the Hot Rod Jenny figures separately. Speaking for myself, it's a no-brainer, but not everybody runs a channel dedicated to the show. Unfortunately, many fans will have their choices made for them. Unlike Jenny Miku, the new My Life as a Teenage Robot merch will only be available to fans in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia for licensing reasons. This is heartbreaking news for dedicated fans in other countries, especially those in South America, where the show is exceedingly popular. This obviously isn't by choice. U2's legally can't sell it to you guys. As a Canadian, I've encountered this myself over and over, so I feel for you guys. I hope you can find a way to get your hands on these yourself. As for everyone else, I hope you consider buying this merch. The Jenny figures are up for pre-order on April 16th. According to internal sources at U2's, it'll ship in September. Meanwhile, we'll have to wait for more information about the Jenny plush. We'll be talking about them again when I get my hands on them. The link to the figures are down below. Make sure you smite that like button. I've been Jack Hubert. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a rating. If you want to reach us, leave a comment. Or check out our other platforms. Links are in the description.
Demon because of gaming. Look around you, imagine dragons.